I think a lot of people are under the assumption that if you understand people, you're somehow letting them off the hook. Like if somebody pisses you off, I've had this happen in my life where somebody really pissed me off. And if you ask me, did you like what they did? I'll be like, no, but I'm not upset all the time with this angry vengeance trying to get after them. And people go, well, didn't it piss you off? Like, yeah, it did piss me off. But like, I understand where they came from. I understand why they did what they did. It doesn't mean that I'm all of a sudden approving of it and there are no consequences to that. It just means that there's humanity in every situation. And if you fail to acknowledge that, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Like this person might not have had some vendetta against you like you thought in your head. Rather, it's just a story you tell yourself.
100%. As a matter of fact, let's think about who you're really letting off the hook. Because if somebody frustrates you, you carry on your day and you're holding that frustration. Who's really losing here? You can't even live your day. You're thinking about them. Meanwhile, they ain't thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
So by letting it go, you're really allowing yourself to grow. You'll really allow yourself to enjoy the moment. So yeah, this idea of letting anyone off the hook. Well, you know what? Who are you really letting off the hook? These feelings that we carry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the feelings of the past, the memories. So my main goal in life is another thing I learned too, detach from everything. Because the moment you're tied to something or some emotion, as that thing changes, you change. But it's not necessary. So again, that it points back to accountability, detach. Why am I so connected to what this person thinks about me? Why am I so worried about the future? Meanwhile, when I look back in my past, everything just unfolds how it needs to unfold. So yeah, these thoughts we carry. We
Yeah,
plant
and
the thought.
yeah, and like you said, everything unfolds how it's supposed to. There's opportunity in every situation, right? And that doesn't mean, again, I think as human beings, we try to assign meaning to everything, and that's not the bad thing. I think it's where we judge a situation as good or bad depending on what happened, and we try to assign an emotion to a particular situation instead of paying attention to how we react. Like, I don't know, let's say your friend backstabs you. And that's not a good thing, obviously, that I would say if I had to judge it. But if you sit in that feeling and if you sit in that situation and analyze objectively, it allows you to gain a deeper understanding and how you can probably prevent it going forward. Or maybe some of the things that were going on in your friend's life for them to do that to you. And then you can go forward now with more wisdom and I think a deeper understanding of how life works. And you're ultimately better off for it in the end.
100, man. 1000%. I mean, at the end of the day, again, it boils down to accountability. Now, here's the thing. How do we gain wisdom without some pain? So you described that situation. A friend described your may have stabbed you in the back. You wouldn't describe it as good. Well, the funny thing is you say that because I could relate to that. But for the most part, the way I am today is it's not good. It's not bad. It's actually by that happening, you get to now realize what trust is about. You get to appreciate those around you who you could trust.
Mm-hmm.
You get to understand that you let your guards down and someone took advantage of you in this way capacity. Now the skills that you learn going forward, you're checking around. Part of growing up downtown where people think I had it rough, well, you learn to check your back. So now in society, you learn to check your back. So what is this negative thing we talk about when we become this stronger person? And I feel it's sometimes selfish to consider the negative outcome, but yet not talk about the person we became. Wisdom comes at a price, and it ain't cheap. And it ain't cheap. Not you could pick up at Walmart, I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I totally hear what you're saying. So just to talk on that, see, I call it the feedback loop. A situation will happen, and it will give us a certain feeling. Now we have a choice. We see this feeling here. We have a choice. Okay, this is how I feel. Here's a choice. What do I want to do about it? We have that choice. So somebody does something to you, and you react in a certain way. Okay, no problem for the first time. The person does it again. Well, this is their character. They can't change it. They're doing the best. So you have an opportunity to say, okay, do I want to react? Do I want to get involved in this? So this is always our choice. But the fact is we don't sometimes think about how much choice we have. So yeah, no, these are how we learn. For sure. You learn or you burn. But you got to get burned to learn.